Hello, welcome to the Children of the Basement podcast live from the apocalypse with me, your host, Carson, and co hosts Ben, Taurus, and Manny on the internet YouTube version of Radio Rio. Now, this is a new show. You might have heard us all before, probably not because no one listens, on 90.5 KVH Radio Rio doing the Chipotle Mayonnaise show or the post up. But as you know, can't really get into the booth right now. So we're switching over platforms and we're here on YouTube. Hopefully we put in enough clickbait in our title to actually get noticed. Probably not. But anyways, I'm gonna have each of the co-hosts introduce themselves so you get more acquainted with the show. So first, we'll go with Taurus.
Hey guys, my name's Taurus. I'm a senior in high school. I have one less tooth than probably everyone listening to this right now. That's about it. Yeah.
All right, Manny.
So what's up? My name is Manny. I'm born and raised Rio Vista, a hometown. What's called senior in high school. I'm gonna graduate early, and yeah, Ben, to you.
All right, I'm Ben. I play guitar, senior at Rio Vista High School. I'm a very upstanding individual. That's pretty much all I gotta say.
Actually, Ben, I had a question.
Yeah.
Have you seen? Everyone here seen the Karate Kid movies, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember them, but I remember seeing them.
Have you guys seen the sequel series Cobra Kai on Netflix?
No.
No, it looks bad.
I honestly thought it was bad. It's probably one of the best shows of the year. It's definitely the best season two. It's definitely the best season finale I've ever seen. But the show itself is like crazy good. But anyways, it is a little cheesy. But anyways, it's like Johnny is this like 80s nerd pretty much. I have a question. Have you ever listened to the band Zebra?
No.
No.
Dude, he was wearing the shirt. It looked cool. I listened to it yesterday because like I'm trying to expand my music horizons. And I was listening to their album. I don't know if it's good or not because just rock's not my thing. I don't like being yelled at. That's why I don't listen to screamo either. But back to the topic at hand. My name's Carson. I drive a red spray painted truck. Yes, it is spray painted. Yes, it is still my baby. Her name's Linda. She's a 73 F250. And other than that, I do radio. So, the show, at least, is going to be kind of like what we did when we actually were in the booth. And in the booth, we had different topics we brought to the table, and we had different segments. We had Name That Tune. We actually did karaoke with a couple people on the air. We did Adele karaoke. We did the Cleveland show karaoke. But anyways, we had different segments on there, and we'll probably get to that at some point, but I'm not sure when, because we could obviously like a topic of the day or something soon, but different segments, it's gonna take a while to plan and actually get them right. You can maybe expect Pictionary since we could draw on here, but I'm not sure about that. Anyways, what I expect the show to be is I expect it to be good. I expect it to be better than the ones we've done the air because we've all been in radio longer now. But I don't expect it to be the same because it just doesn't feel the same on here. What do you expect? What do you expect out of it, Manny?
Well, I've been doing radio. This is gonna be my second year doing radio, and what's it called? Doing it in the booth is like I have experience doing that, and what's called online. I don't have that much experience, but talking is simple, So I think we got this.
What's you, Taurus?
Honestly, I think it's going to be a little bit worse than in the booth. Not like that you guys aren't like prepared or anything, but I've been to about like 6 segments in the booth, and it just feels like when I'm in the booth, topics come to me better, thought points and I can bounce off of people a lot easier. I don't know if it's just because I was in front of a mic and it was just like sitting down. I feel like it was just the experience. It was a lot easier for me to do things there.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, the
Ben,
show.
we had you in the radio a lot. What do you think? You weren't like in the class, but you were in it more than a lot of people.
Yeah, I was, I guess, quite a bit. I definitely don't think it's gonna be as good, but I mean, because the internet is such a big place and stuff, we probably might not even get recognized or viewed by that much. I'd be surprised if we got like 10 subscribers.
10 subscribers. We get 10 subscribers, more than 10 people in the
You
class.
gotta shoot low. You know, you can't aim higher, like
Are you
straight
talking
up.
about 10 subscribers outside of the people in like the school and the class?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Dude, we could do 10 subscribers. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah, we got this.
We got 10 subscribers, right? Like, we just have to post something catchy, you know? Like, there could only be so many videos with this name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something that's common or something that's controversial. And I bet we'll get at least a couple hundred views. At least.
What?
Thousands would be cool.
Don't get your hopes up.
Dude, your hopes need to be sky high. Dude, you
My
aim
hopes
for,
will,
no,
my hopes will
shoot for the
gradually rise.
stars, but aim for the moon. I don't know what that means, but I heard it somewhere recently. But anyways, yeah, I think the internet will get cleared up soon because we've all been in here a while, and they haven't, I forget what it's called. They haven't like released enough bandwidth. Is that be the term? Like they have it, but they're just not ready for 365 million people to be on their computer at the same time. But eventually, I think that we will get to a place where internet's back to normal and not as slow. Because right now, I literally can't even go on my phone and watch YouTube on my Verizon.
Really?
The internet's so slow, right? Everywhere is just super extended. Anyways, back to it. Yeah, I think it's a mindset. I think it's the mindset of it not being the same that will kind of make it worse. I feel like if you just like commit to it the same way or even a little bit more, it could be as good or better. But yeah, one thing I am gonna miss though, and I'm gonna ask all of you this. One thing I am gonna miss is doing name that tune. It won't be the same on here. We did name that tune where we did from our song library, and we just played on there, and you had to guess the song. I never really competed in those, but
I was always
hosting that
play.
was fun. I loved it.
I sucked at it, dude. I only got maybe 1 or 2 points, and that was from like Michael Jackson and Katy Perry.
Not gonna lie, cheated every time we played it, but
Really?
Why don't you manage? Manny, did you ever do name that tune?
Yeah, I did it once. Yeah, I cheated during that. Like,
I remember one time I asked my mom for the. She was like texting me the entire time.
You guys are trash. I went on there because Jason, who was on there in the first show I ever did, Jason was part of the original group. And then he was also in there with Chipotle Mayonnaise with me and Lisi. And Lisi will be joining this podcast soon, hopefully. But he was there, and he would always say that because I would clown everybody for getting these songs wrong, and he would say like I wouldn't get it if I wouldn't look at the screen. Low key, he was kind of right, but I was still the best out of all of you. I went on there with Greta, and Greta was amazing at name that tune.
Really?
Yeah. So,
I'm pretty
Manny,
sure
what's
Greta listens to like a ton of songs though.
huh?
Doesn't Greta listen to like a ton of songs though?
Yeah, and it's all like 70s through
Yeah.
90s rock. That's all of our music, and then there's some blues. Not a lot of country, and then every once in a while you'll get Kelly Clarkson, which is always a treat. We also had the Barbie song in English and Japanese, and that was the crispiest segue I've ever done. When we were playing the English Barbie song, and I like toned it down and went right back into the Japanese one, so it seemed seamless. That was crazy. But anyways, Manny, what's one thing you're gonna miss from actually being in the booth?
I'll probably say going around campus and like getting guests to go on there, like in the booth. Like that was amazing, you know.
What you, Taurus?
I just like being in front of the mic, like physically seeing the microphone in front of you. That's cool.
Ben?
Yeah. It definitely makes everything harder just not being in the booth, because if we needed a like a guest speaker, we could just like pop in a classroom and ask a couple of kids that we know if they want to be speakers. Now we have to like find their phone number or their Instagram or something, contact them that way if we want them to do a guest speaker.
Yeah, we could also do it farther away. People that don't actually go to the school easier. Like we had a couple people that didn't go to the school last year. Like my brother went on for the second episode we did of the Wingmen when we did like when I legit. I'm sorry, Hot Ones or First We Feast. I'm not sure what you go by. Yeah, we totally jacked your idea and we did it. But it was kind of like trivia. He was on for the second one of those. I think we had Gabe D come back. I think he's 2 years graduated now, if I'm not mistaken. But it was fun. But I could definitely attest to it not feeling the same as like the mic being in your face, because that was definitely the favorite part of when I did the show. I felt kind of theatrical, like a thespian, you know,
It was
when the
empowering.
mic was in my face. Huh?
It was empowering. Just like
It was. Because like shoot, the Miss Griffin would be like, "Oh yeah, you're talking to hundreds of people." Like I know I'm not talking to hundreds of people. No one's listening, but still, I could be talking to hundreds of people. The only time that I think I was talking to hundreds of people or thousands maybe is when we did the Vacaville Christian game from Vacaville Christian. That was crazy because we were on our Mixler, their radio, and our radio, and that was probably the most fun experiences I've ever had. And like radio, it might not pay a lot in the real world, but in high school, it could like take you places. Like you could get into majors and stuff by doing radio. That's kind of a unique thing. You know what I mean? How many schools have radio stations?
not many.
Exactly.
I don't know.
But yeah. So is there anything specifically like you want the show to be for us? Like
But
or a
just,
show you like to, or actually let me refine this question. Is there any type of show like the Joe Rogan Experience or some weird podcast to watch? I don't know. That you like kind of want to mirror the show after or take inspiration from?
I don't really watch podcasts. It's not really something that I've done. I watched a podcast, but that was just a bunch of YouTubers doing it, and it was pretty inappropriate. And that was only to like get through my work days when I worked at a ranch.
Is it H3H3?
Huh?
Was it H3H3?
No.
Was it the Misfits?
Yeah, it was the Misfits.
I knew it.
Those guys are like the
What
beginning.
podcast band?
Like they're, I don't really like their podcast now, but when they were first starting it, like their 1 through 20. Oh my gosh, those were like amazing.
Yeah.
They were hilarious. But they were all just like their experiences, like traveling and stuff. So
Yeah, they basically do like a storytelling
And they're
podcast.
gamers?
yeah, they play like CS:GO. They play basically any shooting game, pretty much.
And their podcasts don't have to do with games. It's just like
It's
storytelling.
basically like, okay, so it's their YouTube, and they talk about like different people. They have different YouTube guests. Like they've had Pokimane. I'm pretty sure.
They're
They-
like,
Hmm?
sorry to interrupt, Taurus, but they're like comedians, and they just pretty much have like background like video games.
Yeah. Like their main shtick is being a comedian. Like they just tell jokes while they're playing a game, but they're not really talking about the game at all when they're playing.
Yeah,
That's actually pretty cool.
but
You
it's
watch
like
a lot of podcasts?
100% like not appropriate.
No, it's really not appropriate. Like the first episode was like they went to Europe, and they went to a brothel.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And that was just their experience.
Okay. Well,
That
are
episode,
H3H3, are they gamers or are they just comedians?
I think they're just like comedians and stuff.
Dude, that honestly sucks for them. I tried to watch it a couple days ago when I was thinking we're due for this, and I hated it. It was so boring. I could not sit through it. Like the only thing that's interesting is their guests, because I feel like when I watch these podcasts, their guests is what makes the show. There's only a couple Joe Rogans out there. They're like interesting by themselves. Their guests make the show.
Yeah, I couldn't.
That's why I think we need to pull in guests as soon as possible, because most of these podcasts are not afloat without guests. They're trash.
Yeah, because
The person
we don't
going-
have like guests to like come in and bring new content, and it's kind of just like us trying to bounce off each other, go back and forth about just trying to find some topic.
Mhm. Remember, people who aren't professional, we've already done it for a year, so starting brand new and still not using. I don't think we should reuse the same things we already talked about, because that wouldn't be interesting for us. But it's gonna be hard to think of new things. Manny, do you watch a lot of podcasts?
No, I don't watch no podcasts. You know what I do is just, practice welding. I don't listen to no podcasts, but yeah.
What about you, Ben? Do you listen to podcasts or just the Misfits sometimes?
I tried listening to other ones, but I have Spotify, so it's like some of the comedian podcasts kind of suck on there. But I haven't really been looking for much, but I do like the Misfits one. That one's pretty entertaining.
You know, Joe Rogan moved to Spotify yesterday.
Did you actually?
Yeah, and they took down like 50 plus videos.
Oh man, I've never actually
Okay.
listened to Joe Rogan. I've always seen like the
You're
memes
lying.
and
You've
seen
never
the
seen his
videos
podcast?
and I've seen all the memes, but I've never actually like looked up his podcast and like sat there and listened to it.
I spent like 6 to 8 hours one day just watching podcasts from Joe Rogan.
Oh my god.
And like they were weird podcasts. They weren't like people I know. Like one of them was a paleontologist. That's what people who discovered dinosaur bones are, right? Paleontologists.
Yeah.
Right? Or is it archaeologists? I think it's paleontologists.
Yeah, it's definitely
Don't
good.
get mad at me. But yeah, I was watching this dude clown his last guest because the last guest said the dinosaurs weren't real and that paleontologists just planted all these bones to keep the business going. And I was like, what? So that was an interesting 2-hour episode. And then I watched one with George St. Pierre, where, fun fact, Joe Rogan taught George St. Pierre this, like, his most famous kick. Like, low-key, tried that at my house. I'm a killer now. But, yeah, he definitely has some interesting podcasts. And I watched the one with Elon Musk, too. That was a really good one. Elon Musk is an interesting person, like, by himself.
I
He has
think
a
that
lot
was like the first time I ever really heard about Joe Rogan was when he did the podcast with Elon Musk. Because it
And
blew
you
up.
saw
It
the
was
memes. And
so
it's
famous. It was on like everybody's seen it.
I watched the one with Steven Crowder, Bernie Sanders, Ben Shapiro. He does it with everybody. And like that's a reason why I like him, because he does things with everybody. And he always makes these like serious people become funny. Like Ben Shapiro, I think he tries to be funny on the show. Dude is not funny. But when he went on the Joe Rogan Experience, that was a funny show. And that's kind of what I'd like to do. Like I'd want it to like be interesting no matter who's on there. Like even if we had Jason from the other shows, like I still want it to be an interesting show, even though we
And then
did the
Jason
shows
isn't
with
interesting.
here. Huh?
Saying Jason isn't interesting.
No, I'm saying that Jason's played out. Washed. That was fun.
Going back
What?
to Elon Musk, say like for like free basically, would you drive the Tesla truck?
Yes.
You would?
Would I try it? Or
would
like
drive
own
it,
it?
like drive it for like the rest of your life for free.
Oh, is that a steering wheel?
Does it have a
Or I'm
steering?
not. I have no idea. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have no idea what it's actually like. I just saw like the outside of the car, and it kind of looks like a toy car
Like just knowing what the outside of the car looks like, would you drive that for like the rest of your life?
for free.
Yeah, if you got it for free, yeah.
But would it break down or would it be reliable?
Well, you're
There
saying
would
the
have
rest
to
of your
be
life.
some minor
Sure, be
repairs that
reliable.
you'd have to pay for.
Minor repairs, but I get to drive it for free.
Yeah, but or you have to pay for gas too, you know.
I thought it doesn't take gas. I thought it's electric.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah.
I was like, what? That's what kind of like Tesla's whole thing.
Yeah.
It
Even though it looks
can
goofy.
tow things, right? Like I'm pretty sure the Tesla trucks can tow, right?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that video online? There's a video online of like a Ford truck, like a brand new Ford truck that like they're one of their newest trucks, like versus the Tesla truck. And they like
Uh-huh.
tied the two trucks together and they were like
That's
doing
cool.
like basically a tug of war to like see which truck was stronger and the Tesla truck like dragged the Ford.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, I
Well,
was
let me
watching.
check it out.
I don't know how long ago it was, but he was talking about them making a semi truck. Apparently,
Oh
hasn't
yeah.
gone into production yet, but they already have one, and it was supposed to be able to drag a normal semi up a hill as they were both pulling. I thought that was cool because I don't know, like a couple years ago, people were like, "Oh yeah, um, electric cars suck because they just can't go fast. Like batteries can only do
Yeah.
so
The
much."
Tesla goes
But
heck.
yeah, but like it feels like every year that it comes and goes, electric cars are getting better and faster and stronger. It's kind of crazy to think about because a couple years ago, everybody said they're at their limit when like the Prius came out. Like, oh, this is all you can get from an electric car. And
Elon Musk was like,
Yeah.
uh-uh.
You're like,
uh-uh. Um, didn't you guys watch football?
Yes, sir.
Do you, Ben?
Nope.
All right. Well, Manny, do you know who Pat McAfee is?
Pat McAfee, no.
All right. Well, man, I gotta call you out. You don't really watch football, but that's okay. He was this punter. He was a punter who does a podcast now. He probably has the best podcast out right now. The Pat McAfee show, literally has everybody on it. Like he has my favorite player, Troy Polamalu. He has them on it, and I was watching it the other day, and that's quality. Like that's quality. He kind of run. Have you guys seen the Steven Crowder show? I don't know what it's called.
yeah, it's called Ladder with Crowder.
Louder with Crowder. He kind of does like that. Like he'll be like the main person on camera, and then a second camera will come on, and you have his like little table of friends. I really like that setup. I really like that setup
Yeah, it's a good
of
setup.
how he does it. But yeah, it's probably better than the Joe Rogan Experience. Hot take right now. Even though none of you guys watch the Joe Rogan Experience, his is better than the Joe Rogan Experience. Um, but yeah, so back to wrap things up. In the future, we'll probably have some more topic-based discussions slash like energizing debatey stuff. I don't know how to put this because I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. But in the future, it'll actually have a kind of structure, and we'll probably go longer than this one.
Definitely.
But this was the intro episode. Hopefully, you got to know us or what the show is going to be like. You were listening to the Children in the Basement on 90.5 KRVH Radio Rio's YouTube platform. Hopefully, tune into the next episode. It's probably going to have more clickbaity title than this one. All right. Everybody, say goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.
Goodbye.